Have stimulus checks came to you in a direct deposit? Have you opened your mailbox and seen a stimulus check? Well, we have all of the states that are sending out stimulus checks of this year, 2023, in this video, as well as some other shocking information that you might want to stick around for. Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another show. I'm your host, John Muro with True Life Investing. Thank you so much to all of those that left a comment to let us know that you have joined the True Life family. Thank you so much for becoming a part of the True Life Investing family. Thank you. We really appreciate you and we love you, and thank you for your support. We do a ton of giveaways right here on this channel, and all you have to do to jump in is to make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. We tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. We keep it real here on this video because it doesn't help you if we sugarcoat it. So many things have been happening. Joe Biden went to visit Texas, the border, El Paso. Some people were happy and others just said he was a little too late. But we'll cover that information here in a minute. We also got some updated news when it comes to stimulus checks hitting your bank accounts, whether in the form of a direct deposit or in the form of a stimulus check showing up in your mailbox. We've got all that news to dive into, so let's jump on the screen. So many of you might agree that our border isn't really that secure. It's not really that safe. So President Joe Biden and his vice president have decided to take some action, do something about it, finally, after 2 years, and actually help out in the border. Why? Because so many people have been screaming for help. Biden toughens border, offers legal paths for 30,000 immigrants a month. Washington, President Joe Biden said Thursday that the U.S. would immediately begin turning away Cubans, Haitians, and Nicaraguans who cross the border from Mexico illegally. His boldest move yet to confront the arrivals of migrants that have spiraled since he took office 2 years ago. The new rules expand on existing effort to stop Venezuelans attempting to enter the U.S., which began in October and led to a dramatic drop in Venezuelans coming to the southern border. Together, they represent a major change to immigration rules that will stand if the Supreme Court ends a Trump-era public health law that allows U.S. authorities to turn away asylum seekers. Do not just show up at the border, Biden said as he announced the changes, even as he acknowledged the hardships that led many families to make these dangerous journeys north. Stay where you are and apply legally from there, he advised. Biden made the announcement just days before he planned to visit El Paso. It didn't really go as many people would like it to go, but here it is. Greg Abbott offers handshake direct letter on board policies to Joe Biden during El Paso visit that presented him with a scathing letter condemning the president's approach to immigration and border security. This is kind of what the letter entitled, saying, "Your visit to our southern border with Mexico today is $20 billion too little and 2 years too late." Wow, way to stick it to the man. Abbott, a Republican about to begin his third term, said in the single-page letter to the Democratic president, "Moreover, your visit avoids the sites where mass illegal immigration occurs and sidesteps the thousands of angry Texas property owners whose lives have been destroyed by your border policies." The brief but what appeared to be a cordial exchange between Biden and Abbott was picked up by television news cameras, but their remarks were not. Biden appeared to be read the letter before folding it and offering the governor a final handshake before moving on to greet others who turned out to meet him during his short stay in El Paso. Abbott has done a little to mask his apathy toward Biden's border policies that rolled back many of the hardline immigration policies of then-President Donald Trump. Speaking with reporters after his visit with the president, the governor amplified his complaints. The president who caused the chaos at the border needed to be here. Abbott, in 5-minute question and answer session, he needed to step up and take swift action, including reimbursing the state of Texas for the money we spend on state border security initiatives. And asked what President Biden told him, he said he wanted to work with us. And that is the entire point that me on this channel that I have amplified. I have said many, many times that I understand there is a huge difference between the Democrats and the Republicans, the way they think, the way they operate, the way they handle things. And yet again, who is supposed to be taken care of out of all of the decisions? the American people, regardless of their party, regardless of their beliefs and their standards. Yet again, the American people are supposed to be taken care of. And I am glad that Joe Biden is saying, you know what? We're going to work with you, work together to take care of the American people. That's his job. Isn't that why he was elected president? To run this country in a way that would put America first, take care of his American people, and make sure that we were a sufficient, well-driven, healthy economy and wealthy country. That's just my thinking. That's what I think about when a president is in leadership, because it's on his shoulders to make sure that this country is led in the right way. Sorry, I just get carried away because I think about how critical and how big his responsibility is working with Republicans and Democrats to make sure that in the end, American people are taken care of. That's it. To make sure that when it's all said and done, American people are all taken care of. So now on to this information that you've been looking for. Maybe you've been looking for direct deposit. Maybe you've been looking for a stimulus check, hoping that it will show up in your mailbox. And this is why we provide you with this updated news to keep you updated on those checks that are actually going out. So right here, state stimulus checks in 2023. Which states are still sending payments? The federal government's not doing it, but guess what? Individual states are. California, well, who's eligible? California stimulus payments, who filed a 2020 California tax return by October 15th. You couldn't be claimed as a dependent or someone else's dependent in 2021 tax year, where a California resident, at least for 6 months, you were in the state of California, receiving anywhere from $200 up to $1,050. And yes, these checks will go out by January 14th of 2023. In Colorado, who's actually eligible? Well, guess what? It's going to Coloradians 18 years of age or older who were residents of the state for all of 2021 and who filed a 2021 Colorado income tax return or applied for a Colorado property tax, rent, or heat credit rebate. These checks will be going out by January 31st of this year. If you look at the state of Delaware, residents who filed a 2020 Delaware personal income tax return are eligible to receive a Delaware relief rebate. Those checks will be sent out now until the end of the year. Idaho, who is eligible? Those full-year residents who filed their 2020 and 2021 Idaho income tax returns are eligible by the end of last year, would qualify for these additional payments of up to $600 for couples, $300 for single filers. Those checks will be coming out through this year. If you look at the state of Illinois, who is eligible, well, it's really for those that file their taxes in 2022. And if I could just say this real fast, I am sorry for those on a fixed income that didn't file taxes. I am reading this information based off every state that has submitted information. Maybe you don't see your state. Maybe they're not really specifying those on a fixed income, but I'm doing the research just to make sure that everyone is updated, because it might be a certain state that is actually sending them out to all residents. So that's why we bring you this news. But in Illinois, those checks are continuing to go out until the end of the year. If you look at Massachusetts, those checks kind of have been a little bit delayed. We know that they started going out in November. They were trying to push it, but guess what? It's kind of happened to go into this year. But it says no later than September 15th should it take for 1 month to get your refund. And that is the biggest thing that many people wanted to know, especially on this channel, is when am I going to get my stimulus check, whether it's a direct deposit or an actual check itself. And many of these states like Massachusetts are going all the way into September before you would actually get that refund check. And you know, I hate that it's taking so long, because I agree with several of you. Times are hard right now. People are struggling and they need some relief right now. If you look at New Jersey, who's eligible was for property tax rebates, those who are actually a resident who owned or rented a primary home in the state of October from 2019. The homeowners is really who it's kind of going towards, and that's not fair considering so many people other than homeowners need help. Just like the child tax credit. I'm all for helping the children, the families out that have kiddos, but I'm also for helping those that don't have kids. Yet these checks are continuing to go out in New Jersey for several people. New Mexico, well, who's eligible? Well, guess what? These two tax rebates were available to New Mexico residents in 2022, and it's really based off those who filed taxes of 2021. It says a 2021 New Mexico tax return must be filed, and guess what? These checks will go out, and as long as you file by May 23 of this year, you will receive an actual check in your mailbox of a stimulus check. So that is up to $500 and $1,000 for joint, and that's for the state of New Mexico, my hometown. If you look at Pennsylvania, who's eligible, well, it's a property tax and rent rebate program. You must be at least 65 years or older, a widower at least 50 years old, or a person with disabilities at least 18 years old. There's also an annual income limit, $35,000 for homeowners and $15,000 for renters. 50% of your Social Security benefits are excluded. So these delivery dates will begin in August until the end of the year, but payments will continue into 2023, and that is for the state of Pennsylvania. Now, we know that Governor Wolf of Pennsylvania talked about sending $2,000 stimulus checks, and that's not gone away. They're just trying to decide when to make that happen, and this may be the year, but this is more targeted to the property tax rent rebate program. So don't get discouraged for Pennsylvania because help is still on the way. Rhode Island, it's mainly those that filed their 2021 Rhode Island income tax return, and these will be going out until the end of this year as well. South Carolina, we talked about that in an earlier video. You had to file your 2021 tax return by October 17th in order to get in and get a stimulus check of up to $800. Virginia last on the list, and it always seems to be 2021 Virginia tax liability. You won't exceed more than $250 for single filers and then $500 for joints. But yet again, as long as you got those filed by November 1st, you should expect to see a check very, very soon. And again, I hope that this information helped. I know that several people are looking for a direct deposit in their bank account or a stimulus check to hit their mailbox. I know that for those on a fixed income, you are definitely in need of some financial assistance. I wish that the Biden administration, because that's who's in office right now, would send out some federal stimulus checks for those on a low income and those on a fixed income, those that are on SSI, SSDI. Why? Because you guys need help. I understand that several of you have let me know down in the comments that you're literally trying to scrounge up some money just to be able to have food for the week. And my heart goes out to you guys because I really do care and I appreciate all your love and support for this channel. But like I said, if I was a billionaire, I would send every one of you guys some money because I care about you guys. And I know that you guys really, really need help. But again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in, just for being a part of the True Life Investing family. Again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by to watch this show, this updated news. We tell you the truth and nothing but the truth, and for joining our channel, becoming a part of the family, letting us know you're the #1 fan. We want to give it back, and on the 22nd of this month, we're going to do a huge mystery giveaway for one lucky subscriber. And all you got to do, guys, is let us know that you're the #1 fan. If you want another chance to win, we do what we call a movie segment giveaway, where you guess the movie of the quote that we're about to show, and let us know down in the comments which movie you think it is.
Because we live or we die by the clock. We never turn our back on it. And we never, ever allow ourselves the sins of losing track of time.
It's a oldie, but it's a goodie, and I'm telling you, it gets better every single time. If you respect those older movies, let me know down in the comments below. I'm telling you, that movie is one of the deepest, most thoughtful. You know, it takes you in to put you in his shoes about what he went through. I'm telling you, it was a good one. I don't want to spoil it, but let me know down in the comments below which movie you think that it is. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please be safe. Please stay sanitized, stay warm, and until next time, I'm John Muro. Peace!